So I would love to open up the conversation. I'm sure that many of you have a question for Jeanette, or if you've been thinking about it, and if not, this is your opportunity to ask this amazing world-class health and fitness expert. So we're going to raise your hand, and we'll bring the microphone around. Let's start. I always like to start in the back.
Hi. Thank you very much. Question for both of you. I'm professional DJ and a yoga instructor, so music is a big part of how I work out, and I just curious how you both as a technology end and in the end, how do you best use music to get into your flow and mindset?
Did you see that move? That was good.
What's your name?
David.
David. What's your DJ name?
I was born David Joseph Rubin, so DJ Rubin.
DJ Rubin in the house. I said do that.
Thank you.
And my answer to that question is I am like a walking fitness DJ. If you knew the number of playlists, I mean, for fun, sometimes I go back to like how many ways of content, like how it's changed, meaning that like when I started, we started on tapes. And then we went to DVDs. And even on tapes, like we went from tapes to DVDs,
You
and
do
now we're on
realize
iPods.
there are people sitting here that don't know what a tape is. So you're talking about it like they even know it.
But the fun part, I know those aerobics tapes that were like already programmed at 155 beats a minute. But it's changed now. If you like, for us in fitness, this era of 2015 is incredible because we can just change our playlists daily. Like we used to work days and hours on playlists, and it's like now we can just change it. We can use other people's playlists. Like it's fantastic. I use music every day. I change it up. I got my hardcore rap stuff for certain people who need that music to motivate them. I've got my yoga flows and my Buddha lounges. I've got my R&B music for my Pilates and stuff. So yes, all day long I play music.
So we have, let's go to this side right here. Question?
Hi, Jeanette. My name's Alexandria, and much like yourself, I have completed a half marathon and a 10K before, but I'm training for the full marathon this year, and I've just run into, thank you.
Which one?
I want to get into the New York Marathon, but there are some barriers to entry. So I'm going to run through with New York road runners this year and hopefully place well enough to get on a team. So one obstacle I've run into being in New York and being originally from Florida is the cold. So I'm training now, and it drops down to 16 degrees. And I know you're from Canada, so cold is nothing to you guys. Do you have any advice for a runner on how to gear up or how to best prepare for the cold and how to just run through it?
Suck it up, Buttercup! Training in the cold will make you tough. It will make you so tough that when you finish that workout, the rest of the day is going to be a breeze. That's my best advice. But no, on a musculoskeletal side, is just really make sure that you warm up, of course, because you're in the cold. And then make sure you have good training gear, because really, if you have gear that holds in the heat and helps your muscles stay warm, then that will also help. And choose paths, routes that you know, where you know the terrain, so there's less chance of you like slipping on ice or getting a pothole and stuff like that. And run indoors sometimes. Find some of them indoor tracks or on the treadmill and stuff. You don't have to do all your hours outside.
And we're coming back next year to hear your success story at the end. And now that Jeanette signed up as well, I know, exactly.
I already know. I've accepted it. I will be running for Keep a Child Alive. I already know it. You heard it here. Because it's like after this, they're never going to, it'll be like, Jeanette, you said.
Trapped. We have time for a couple more questions. Let's go back to this side here, and then we'll come into the middle.
Hi, my name is Monica, and I'm with Keep a Child Alive, so we welcome you to join our team if you don't get in the lottery.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm looking forward to running with Jeanette this fall.
So you can run with me.
We can talk
look
later
at all
if you
this
want.
connection
All this
happening. Yes.
That positive vibration. You see those choices, and then they hit the next choice and the next choice. All that positive stuff. I love it. Okay, next.
So, my question is, I'm actually coming back from a femoral neck stress fracture. I had an injury here, and so I have to kind of relearn correct form because I wasn't running correctly, apparently. So I'm not very in touch with my body, and it's hard to know what I'm activating and when I have something wrong and this and that. So I'm wondering if you have any tips or suggestions for being in touch with what's going on with your body.
Educate yourself is the best thing that I can say. There are so many free workshops that so many of these athletic gear companies put on with some of the best experts in the world. And look and find where you can take workshops on learning how to run with proper gait, which is, your gait is how you actually run. There's all kinds of even running shoe stores where you can go in and they will test your gait and give you a prognosis of the things that you need to change. Then also work with a group. Like there's all kinds of running groups that have built-in professionals that help you learn exactly what you need to do. Also weight training wise, because remember that overuse on your joints, you want to make sure that the joints are strong so they can withstand that constant impact of the same motion over and over again, as well as the flexibility work. So you want to have a well-rounded follow, and then on social media, follow some of the best runners in the world, the long distance ones. Find out tweet them. What do you do? Who do you turn to when it comes to information? And so we have so much information out there today that really it's just a matter of you making the choice to sit back and take in some of the information. And the great thing is that when you learn more about your body, that you own that forever. And it's very powerful.
We're going to go right here because she's had her hand up since the very beginning.
Hi,
You
Jeanette.
look ready to run, too.
Hi.
Yes. Okay. My name is Jessica. I'm also in fitness. I teach fitness classes. So I'm wondering, as a fitness instructor, as a personal trainer, we have to give so much of ourselves, so much energy. So how important is it for us to get into a habit or ritual that we can connect and tune in with ourselves? So I want to know how important that is to you and some of your rituals, like what motivates you so that you can then motivate your clients to be at their best.
So how do I fill back up?
Yeah.
Yes, because this is a profession where you give, and like most people who are passionate about their professions, they give, and then they feel empty. And caregivers are actually number one on the list for people who are at least take care of themselves, and they're out there nursing and taking care of everyone, but they don't stop to take care of themselves. So I really tuned into the research early on and to how my body was feeling, probably in my late 20s, because I started when I was 10. No, I'm just kidding. I started when I was 16, which still feels like I was 10. And then by the time I hit my mid-20s is when I was starting to feel the overuse on my body and the drain in my adrenal glands and different things that were happening. I was like, this isn't good. This isn't healthy. And I'll tell you what I did. The first thing I said, I don't work weekends. So that was number one. That was my choice. So Saturday and Sunday, Jeanette's not training you on Saturday and Sunday. Monday through Friday, baby. But so that was the first. So the weekends are my opportunity to re-back up. I need to re-up my spirit. I need that calmness. And then other than not working the weekends was making sure that I had a variation in the types of training that I did, so I wasn't getting overuse injuries of doing the same thing all the time. So that's why I have so many different certifications and various methods of training. It was to educate my clients, but it was also to educate myself so that we weren't getting these overuse injuries. So it's across the board by having that additional knowledge. Then instead of you teaching 15 spin classes a week, you might teach 2 spin classes, a yoga, a Pilates, and a cross-training class or something. So it's more varied. Each class is different, but it's very important. And for someone else, it might not be weekends. Maybe it's Wednesdays or the middle of the week that they take off. But I think the biggest part in that is understanding that the joy of your life is the everyday, is the interactions that you have with other people, and that it's not the reward that you're getting at the end. So if you don't give yourself an opportunity to enjoy that and do things that you enjoy as well, it's like, why are you working so hard? So you can get a bigger house, so you can have another, a high-end car or a high-end purse or things like this. It's like we want to work but also enjoy our life along the journey. You don't get The enjoyment doesn't come at the end. The enjoyment comes all the way through. So, you know, you got to make the decision. And then when you make the decision and you put the parameters, everybody around you will respect the boundary lines because they know, oh, okay, she doesn't work weekends, so let's book Monday through Friday.
Great advice.